It is being called generational flooding caused by days of torrential rain, and it's put some southern towns literally underwater. This is video from Covington, Kentucky, right across the Ohio border from Cincinnati. The people in Arkansas, Tennessee, and Kentucky are seeing some of the worst flooding, with some rivers rising dozens of feet. Asher Red is in Dawson Springs with the latest on what's happening. Asher?
Sylvia, what you're looking at behind me is one of the more commercial areas here in Dawson Springs, Kentucky. I'm told by the police chief that 45% of the businesses that you're looking at right here are completely inundated with water. Now, speaking of rescues, let's go ahead and talk about the 49 people who were rescued from a nursing home just yesterday. There were floodwaters starting to rise on another part of town. There's 3 flood zones, and in one of the other flood zones, 49 people were rescued from there. There was also a rescue about 2 hours ago. There was 2 people thought that they could drive on a road much like Highway 62 that you see behind me, and their truck was swept away, and they were found clinging to a tree. And this water is the last thing you want to be in right now. It's very cold and it's very gross. So you can't see the bottom of it. It's murky, and there's plenty of insects and creatures in that water. Now, the police chief that I'm speaking of, he was saying that a lot of this flood is due to a river that's nearby that has no capacity. It is such a small river that even a moderate amount of rainfall will make low-lying areas like this flood.
The water does get out of the banks of the Tradewater River quite often. But to having this much rain, of course, it got out in a massive amount.
And this is not the first time flooding has happened recently in this area. We can throw it back to February, where this area was flooded in many of the same places. Of course, right now it was on a larger scale than it was then, and it was because of that rainfall. And now that police chief that you just heard from is asking President Donald Trump to come visit here in Dawson Springs, Kentucky, just so he can see the damage for himself. And he's hoping that that will hopefully make the president want to give more federal funding here so they can recoup from this flooding, the February flooding, and 2 tornadoes that hit in recent years. In Dawson Springs, Kentucky, Asher Red, Fox 32 Chicago.
All right, thanks for that, Asher.